Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 TURs in Dokkan. That's what we're going to do right here. I guess the only thing is that these are not easy 8 units, right? So we're going to do this one, and then I think tomorrow we'll probably do top 10 LRs, is how we'll do this. I could, I guess, also try and do a top 10, like, units overall as well. That's another one I could do. I do think some TURs would actually probably make it in the top 10. Like, you know, just the androids and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I think, are just, like, so nuts. So, like, I do think they could probably peek their head in there. Now, I actually had a lot of trouble with this one. I do think Dokkan in 2021 did a really good job of designing characters. Like, a good example of this is Videl. Videl, as shitty as her links are and as limited as her category teams are, her power is just so overwhelming still, right? They did a good job of making her really powerful, despite the fact that she has obvious limitations, which they didn't really help her with by making her, like, you know, orb changing or support or something like that, but she's still ridiculously powerful. We have a lot of, like, very good units in here, and even some of the banner units recently, Third Form Frieza, Android 19 and 20, Heart Virus Goku, are just so insanely powerful, man. It's just, it really is crazy. So, alright, we're gonna go ahead and start with the number 10 TUR right here. Int Cabe, man. Int Cabe. No. Here, okay. The actual number 10 I'm gonna go with is Kid Gohan. I do think Kid Gohan is ridiculous. Now, again, I had a lot of trouble making this top 10. So it's like, I'm sort of gearing it a bit towards, like, how good they are. But, this is maybe a metric that people are not going to give a shit about. But how often I use these characters, to me, matters a lot. Because it's like, Videl, I don't think you can make the case that Videl is 1. There's no way she's on the level of the androids or Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? No way. But, like, a character like Videl, her power is just, again, so overwhelming. But, like, where do you use her? When do you use her? Like, there's just, like, there's not a lot of avenues to actually using Videl, right? Kid Gohan is a character who, not only is he very good, but I foresee that he's going to be very good for a while, right? This ability right here, all allies 3 key, 58% defense, is so good. His damage is very unimpressive for, you know, this type of unit. A Dokkan Fest TUR. But he is a defensive stacker, which is great. He does have these stun chances in here, good for Super Battle Road. He also has this, which is he guaranteed stuns after he gets hit. So, you know, if you go into a Super Battle Road stage and you're able to put him in slot 1, he can get a guaranteed stun. I don't know that that ability is that crazy, because in Super Battle Road, I'm probably not running him in slot 1, unless it's like an STR enemy that's going to attack, right? Because, remember, he does stack defense, which is good, and he's got the support and stuff like that, but I view this more as a floating character in Super Battle Road, right? Obviously, long events with his defensive stacking, you know, you could put him in slot 1. He's on a number of teams where he'll be able to impact heavily, including Planet. This is a team I low-key really enjoy, Planetary Destruction. The problem is that people don't run Int Broly. I mean, the friend system is just the worst dog shit in the world, right? But, I feel like this Kid Gohan actually works really well on this Planetary Destruction team full of Coolers and Friezas and shit like that, Turleses. And this Gohan is, like, really powerful on there, because that all allies key and defensive support is really good. Gohan also has, dude, I might call this the best active skill in the game. It might be. Because he gives you the 30% heal, Gohan then guards for that turn, and then all allies for 2 turns get 20% defense. This active skill destroys difficult content. It's so good. I have seen screenshots. People have been every single stage of the God event with a double Gohan team. Like, Gohan is just, like, really powerful, man. He truly is a really, really good unit. So I really like this Gohan a lot, man. I really do. Maybe I like him a lot more than other people. That's fine. Again, this is tough. I think a lot of these units are so well designed and so close to each other that this is one, like the LR list in my head, I feel very good about, and it's like I would like if you put Tech Gogeta in front of STR Vegito, I dude, no, like no. But like this one, it's like if you put like Bojack at like 8 or something like that above like Gohan and stuff like that, like I could see arguments for that, right? Like a lot of these TURs are very good. Okay, so next we're gonna go Tech Ultimate Gohan. This guy is just it's actually pretty insane, I think, how good this guy still is. Look at his release date. And this guy is still just so crazy. To me, I probably would argue this guy, I think, is the most valuable unit in the game. I don't know, man. The hybrid Saiyan team, I think this guy is a great leader for the hybrid team because all these good hybrids that have been coming out all have Saiyan lineage. The hybrid team, literally every celebration is getting Dokkan Fest TURs, LRs, summonable LRs, EZA TURs, EZA LRs. Like hybrids, dude, seriously, like if you look at the hybrid team, this team has been buffed, I think, more than any other team this year. It has to be, right? Because it's like you get the LR Gohan and Trunks. I mean, this Gohan was in December of 2020, right? You know, you have B Pan, this Trunks. Like, you just go through all the EZAs, all the buffs this team has gotten. It's crazy. Like, it's actually insane, like, how consistent the buffs are for this team. So it just makes this guy a very relevant leader still. His guard is so crazy. He greatly stacks. It's nuts, man. This Gohan, I truly don't understand why this guy is so divisive. I don't get it. Because it's like you just use him with your brain on and he destroys the entire game. Like it's just that simple, right? It's like a character like Blue Cow King Goku's another like notorious like divisive unit. That makes sense to me because it's like he's built around that active skill Spirit Bomb, which is really like that powerful. But it's like you gotta like, you know, fall below certain HP thresholds. You gotta get the Spirit Bomb off, right? Like he gets hit very hard, but he can do good damage in certain situations. Like I understand, but this Gohan is just like dominant. Like it's still so weird. Like the anti-tech Gohan stuff is just very odd to me. Very odd. I will not understand it. He's good. One other thing that helps Gohan, again, too, is when he first came out, I felt like his links were very bad. But again, they have really pushed this Saiyan lineage link. They really have. So it's like that has helped this guy out a lot. He also does have both Cold Judgment and All in the Family, these powerful defensive links, which you're going to be using a lot of characters that have both, right? There's a lot of good Trunkses that have come out that have Cold Judgment. You know, just like a character off the top of my head, AGL Kid Gohan, right, is one with All in the Family. LRB Pan is another character with All in the Family that you might be using. So you have a lot of characters that are going to be activating this. The only thing about this link right here is I do, like, Gokus typically don't really have this enough, right? Like, actually, like, good Goku units don't really have this, right? Like, let's find a good Goku in here. Well, okay, I guess this guy, he counts as a good Goku. And that's pretty much it. Like, transforming Goku, I guess, right? Like, he's good, but he pisses me off so much. But that's it, right? Like Goku units, this guy, we're waiting for his EZA. Like, if only Gokus had better All in the Family, that would help Tech Ultimate Gohan out even more. Alright, so next, we're gonna go ahead and put in Heart Virus Goku in here. Now, I know now we're jumping into non-Dokkan Fest, but, dude, these, honestly, okay, and then 19 and 20, and then Frieza. This is how we're doing this. A lot of times when I've done these top 10s throughout the years, I've tried to make them in a way where, like, the same units aren't popping up in, like, multiple lists. That's why sometimes, like, I'll kind of, restrict it. Okay, this is, like, EZA TURs, and then this is, like, TURs that aren't EZA and shit like that. But I did want to do one specifically for the banner units. But when I decided to do a list splitting up LRs and a list splitting up TURs, I realized, dude, these three are... Like, yeah, like, I would say they're better than, like, Tech Ultimate Gohan and, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and a lot of these, like, top-tier sort of units. This guy, I mean, how much are we going to go over with him, right? He's completely dominant for the first 5 turns. He's like untouchable, basically. He's tanking in Pure Saiyan Extreme Super Battle Road. He's tanking in the God event. He's just a god. He has one of the best link sets in the game because his link set is essentially the STR Vegeta Tech Gogeta link set. So like he's just incredible, right? Saiyan lineage, prepare for battle, shocking speed, Super Saiyan experience. It's just insanity, right? This guy's crazy. The crit chance, the additionals, all that stuff. He's just ridiculously stupid. Android 19 and 20 are so goddamn OP. Their heal, the Ki Blast absorption, which heals you. They're a support. They're having hundreds of thousands of defense, 300k, 400k plus. They're doing like 4 million attack stats while being a support type unit, being immune to Ki Blast Super. It's just absolutely stupid. This is like the core unit of the Android team is this character right here. Like, they're just so dumb. And then third form Frieza is a pure god. Like, just the thing about third form Frieza, the reason I put him in front of these other two, these three I think are very close. It's just that he is actually like married to full power Frieza. Like, full power Frieza is one of the best. I really don't think you can make an argument for Frieza below 2. There's just no way I'm putting Namek Goku in front of Frieza right now. There's no way I'm putting Evolution Blue Vegeta or SCR Vegeta or any of those units. I don't think you can argue full power Frieza below the second best unit in the game. And even him at 2 is a bit of a stretch, right? So it's like this Frieza being his best linking partner, supporting him while being, one of the hardest hitters in the game and having, 300, 400, 500k defense, depending upon how many times he's super attacking. There's just no way you could write this guy off. Like, he's on a million teams where he's good. Like, this guy is, again, better than almost all the units in the game. This third form Frieza. He's really stupid. So like those three, like, absolutely deserve to be here over characters like Bojack, Transforming Angel Golden Frieza, Videl, right? Characters who did not actually make this top 10. All right, the next character we're going to go ahead and grab here is AGL Trunks. Now this is a character that the more I've used, the more, like, this dude is so crazy, the way they built him. So he's another one of these characters. You cannot run him in slot 1. You're not running him in slot 1. You're just not doing it. You're not running him in slot 1. But then he's getting he's doubling his defense basically when he attacks. Then he's getting 30% defense from his super attack effect every time he attacks. But I love the way they built this guy. So he does a guaranteed additional attack. Then he has a 70% chance to knock out a second additional. If you do 3 attacks, then he launches a guaranteed additional that has a 70% chance of being a super attack. So what typically happens for me is that this Trunks, you will super with him, he'll do a normal, he'll do a normal, he'll do another super, and then he'll do another super. So this guy will attack 5 times in a turn with 3 super attacks. He is so powerful. And it's like these super attacks oftentimes are about the 4 million attack range. So he's doing 4 million attack set super attacks with then a bunch of normal attacks in while raising his defense in every single attack. Really the one negative about this guy that really bothered, well, there's a couple, but I hate that they gave him shocking speed over prepared for battle. It's very small and simple, but that little change would make this guy a lot better if he had prepared for battle instead of shocking speed. That would help him because, he's I think one of the probably like core units on a lot of these teams now. Future, Vegeta family, Android Cell Saga, a lot of category teams like this, right? These teams are filled with prepared for battle Saiyans, not shocking speed characters. I presume they thought to give him shocking speed because that would help him mesh up with some of the Android characters on the Android Cell Saga, but that's the only thing I could really think of. Now, this guy does transform, but quite honestly, I feel like he gets worse after he transforms. It's insane. This is great. Like, his transformation stuns and seals whoever he's targeting, which is really good. But you can't do the minimum turn you could use as active skill is turn 5. So it's like he does all this, but you can't really take advantage of it. And then in Super Saiyan, again, he just feels outright worse to his base form to me. It's like he puts up impressive numbers, but it's like, dude, like all this shit is worthless. This is like all, like from here, this is all worthless shit. It does nothing for you. 50% attack if the enemy's attack down or defensive down. Again, the minimum you're getting this is turn 5 by the time enemies start to be immune to everything, right, in long events. Then he gets more attack when the enemy is stunned or sealed. Again, by that time, enemies can't be stunned and sealed and debuffed and shit like that, so it's well worthless. High chance to stun the attacked enemy for 2 turns if all the characters are like, I don't know what they were thinking with this. Like, it's like they made teen Trunks, like base Trunks, and then they're like, oh shit, like we did too much. All right, let's calm down with this Super Saiyan form. Because the Super Saiyan form, like, I want to say, like, he sucks, but he doesn't suck. If you get what I'm saying? That's what I would say about Trunks. He sucks, but he doesn't suck when he's in Super Saiyan. This is like, he has one of the worst design kits of the year, Super Saiyan Trunks. It's like, only like LR Super 17 is above this guy. Like, it just makes no sense how they built him. This guy would be maybe the best TUR in the game. If this simply was just like Angel Golden Freezes whenever you want, this guy would be God. Because then you'd be in Super Battle Road and instantly you're stunning and sealing them and going crazy with Super Saiyan Trunks. It would be nuts, right? But Trunks is really good. I love Trunks. The more I've used him, the more impressive he's been. All right, next we have Super Vegeta right here. Super Vegeta, another character that, dude, I don't understand how shit works, right? Because it's like, Super Vegeta comes out on JP, everyone universally is like, oh my god, he's insane. He does guaranteed crits and guaranteed stuns. Like, what else can we ask for? And this guy drops on Global, and all of a sudden people are like, yeah, he's not that good. It's like, what? Oh, who? What are we talking about, dude? He has guaranteed crits and guaranteed stuns, right? And it's like, after he supers and then gets hit, this dude's rocking like 300k plus defense on a good rotation with guaranteed stuns and guaranteed crits. How could you say he's bad? Like, I just don't get it. And, oh, by the way, he only leads the best category in the game, Pure Saiyans, right? Like, Pure Saiyan, like, no matter what you're going to argue anything, that roster of every Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Bardock, that team, yeah, dude, that's, like, the best team. So it's like him leading that as well. It's just, again, this Vegeta is just disgusting. It's, the thing is that I feel like a lot of people get, like, sort of, like, deceived by this right here, right? They think, like, oh, you gotta run him in slot 1. No, you don't. If you're seriously running Super Vegeta, you don't give a shit about this extra attack when he gets hit, and you run him in slot 2 or 3, and he's God. That's all you gotta do, right? Trunks and Super Vegeta are characters designed to more so be floaters, I would almost say, than anything. I think both of them are tremendous floating units. But yeah, Super Vegeta's super good. All right, so next, we're going to go ahead and get STR Kidbuu up here. I do think STR Kidbuu is very good. I think the more I've used him and these other characters, I really do feel like there's quite a bit of separation between Kidbuu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Kidbuu, like, fully built up is a problem, but, I mean, you got to build him up. He has to do 4 attacks, right? And then he has to get hit 6 times. To fully build up his passive, where he gets this extra 120% attack and defense. And then, of course, also to get this active skill. Now, again, this is a huge buff. An active skill permanent 20% attack and defensive buff right there is massive. But he does have to take 6 attacks. So, again, it takes quite a while to build him up, right? You know, turn 5, 6, 7, 8... is probably when you would see Kidbuu start to you know, reach full power. And it's like, by then, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's already killed the enemy 80 times over, right? Like, that's the thing. I think Kidbuu would stand to get a lot better, too, if he got some help. He still needs more help. Janembu was really big for this guy, because Janembu, you put in slot 1, you put Kidbuu in slot 2. Kidbuu can become a slot 1 unit once he's fully built up. But at the start of events, you're not running this guy in slot 1. So for, like, Super Battle Road, you're not running Kidbuu in slot 1, right? He does have the heal, which is good. For the Majin Power team, where, like, every character is healing, that helps a lot. But if you're not running, like, a team full of healers, I feel like heals a lot of times aren't that crazy. He also has this nullification, which is like worthless. Like this is, I think, the big difference between Goku and Kid Buu. Is it's almost like they gave Kid Buu the heal and the nullification, and then they gave this son of a bitch Goku the crit, right? And it's like, guess what? The crit is better than the heal and the melee nullification. So like Goku is just ends up better. But Kid Buu is strong. So then, of course, there we go. Goku at 2. And then obviously I do have the androids as 1. Now I will say this, I like the androids as 1 the same way I like UI Goku as 1 over full power Frieza, but I feel like Goku is such a good argument. Like I would not argue whatsoever with someone saying Goku is 1. No way. I'm not arguing that. Goku is too impressive. Everything he does is so crazy. Just for me personally, I think the android's utility is just too much. Like they do stuff that like other units do not do, basically. Which like was sort of like the combo of things, which is why I put them at 1. Goku is just a traditional like god level character where he's just doing so much, right? So Goku, again, one thing both Kid Buu and Goku do that I really don't want to gloss over is giving themselves ki is both really good for these characters. It makes them so consistent. TURs that give themselves ki means they're just firing out these bam, 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 bam. They're firing out these attacks left and right. You're not really missing super attacks. It's a very powerful effect for TURs to just give themselves ki. Both Kid Buu and Goku have the additionals. But again, this, I think, really separates Goku from Kid Buu right here. High chance to crit, man. Crits are actually so powerful. And when this Goku is triple supering, triple critting, even at Super Saiyan 2, he's demolishing everything. It's just a ridiculous... Like, the fact that they gave him crits and additionals, it's really powerful. Now, the thing about this guy, too... Oh, I mean, we should also talk about his God-level Link set as well. Saiyan Lineage, Golden Warrior, experienced fighters prepare for battle, Super Saiyan. Like, he's got everything you want from his Link set. He's on 1 million teams. He has one of the top 5 best leader skills. Another top 10 I might do is best leader skills. I feel like that could be a good one. I feel like STR Vegeta is still up there. This guy is up there. Super Vegeta would definitely be on the list. I'd really have to... That would be a tough one to make, but I think that could be a good one. Like, best leader skills, I think. So this guy's insane, right? Now, his transformation condition is... Like, it's not actually that bad, but it's just, again, the key word, I'm going to say this real slow, inconsistent. Because you don't know when you're going to get it. It's just that simple. But when you do transform into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you won. It's over. Because they thought it's a good idea to give him the ability to super attack 4 times with a 70% chance to crit. So this dude comes out. I have, like, never seen an enemy even live past his third attack. Like, it's been, like, once I've seen an enemy, like, make it past this guy's third attack. Like, he actually just does, like, he's shooting out, like, 7 million attack set, crit normal, 7 million attack set, and it's like, by that point, like, everything, it doesn't matter, like, nothing is left. Like, he's so insane, this guy. He has the stun. It could be good, because you could very easily, in Super Battle Road, turn 3, boom, transform, and then the stun still could help you out, right? That is true. He's still raising defense, but again, he could quadruple super and be giving himself defense every single time. I do think his Link set is slightly worse in Super Saiyan 3 than in Super Saiyan 2. For a lot of the core units you're using. I feel like Over in a Flash has just fallen off so much. Because, like, like LR Tech Gogeta does not rock Over in a Flash. Like, the Gogetas used to rock Over in a Flash. It's like, yeah, look at these characters. Like, of all these characters, like they're good. This guy's good. But a lot of these other ones, I don't really like the 5-year fusions. I don't like Majin Vegeta. This guy hasn't EZA'd yet. This guy's okay, but, I mean, he's not the greatest, right? Like, you go through Over in a Flash, it's just not... Back in the day, Over in a Flash was, like, one of the most important links in the game. Now, Over in a Flash is just not really that great, honestly. Prepare for Battle would have been much better for, again, a lot of the units you're going to rock with him. But he does still have Saiyan Lineage, and regardless, he is still giving himself 3 ki, which, again, is just so massive. So that, like, really, really helps to sustain him. Overall, this guy is just really good, with, like, almost no weaknesses whatsoever, right? There's just, like, no flaws in his kit. that you could really point out. He's just amazing. That's it. Whereas like, and that's the thing with the androids. Like the androids do have a flaw, and that is that they need tech orbs to be like on Super Saiyan 3 Goku's level for sure. This right here, they are getting 35% attack and defense per tech key sphere, right? And it's like they get massively more powerful. 70% attack with 7 key spheres, and then 80% defense with 8 key spheres. So it's like this unit is really desperate to get just as many tech key spheres as possible to be really, really powerful. They do create their own key spheres, but I mean, you guys, if you use these types of units enough, you know it's not always guaranteed that you're good with these keys. When you want a type key sphere, it's not guaranteed you're going to be able to get that every single turn. It's just not. Right? You're going to have a lot of turns where there's going to be 3 tech orbs on the field in front of you. Or like 2 or something like that. Like it's going to happen. And on those turns, these androids are just not going to be on that Super Saiyan 2/3 Goku level. But they're doing a lot more than just like their raw attack and defensive stats with the tech orbs, right? They do have Seal, which is insane for Super Battle Road. They have this right here. So they nullified Ki Blast super attacks. Again, as far as nullification goes, Ki Blast is the most common. I feel like Ki Blast is the most common, and then you see a lot of the, I don't know what to call it, like combo super attack or like undefined or whatever, right? Like a lot of like Dragon Fists and like combo supers are sort of like that, right? I wish they would do something with that, because it's like, I think the way, dude, honestly, the way they had it before was way better, where it's just like, if the attack starts as a physical hit, it's a physical hit. If it starts as a blast, it's a blast. That's literally all they had to do. Then they split it up into the 4 categories, and they made it like, they made these nullifications way worse by doing that, right? I think it was better when it was just either blast or non-blast was a better way to do it. So they've got the Ki Blast nullification, right? They've got the Seal. A lot of times their defense can be, 500k plus, 400k plus, 300k plus. They get very, very high up there. Then they also have this. This is really crazy, and this really helps them, I think, in difficult content. They have a Ghost Usher, just like Pycon. But whereas Pycon, what is Pycon's Ghost Usher? Is it turn 4 with the enemy like above HP or under HP or something? What is it? It's turn 4 with the enemy above 50% HP, right? So it's basically not really a factor, I would say, in Super Battle Road. Whereas this character, right, they can do it basically as long as there's not exactly 2 enemies. That's when they can't use their Ghost Usher. But that leads to them being able to use that pretty much whenever you want in difficult content, right? Because difficult content is almost, long difficult content, my bad. Those are almost always just 1 enemy, right? A lot of Super Battle Road stages, you will still be able to get this off. There's a lot of Super Battle Road stages that are 2 enemies. But it's a lot of the times you'll be able to trim it down to 1, still be able to get their active skill off in like turn 3 or something like that. I have just been blown away at the way this, like I did a no item run, I think it was for Sibling Bond. I think it was Sibling Bond. I think it was Sibling Bond, where I basically just used double of these guys, and then the rest of my team basically didn't even have like a full leader skill, and I no itemed it because just the androids by themselves just did it. Like that's what, because they nullify Ki Blasts, they Seal, they're like one-shotting enemies in Super Battle Road. They've got like 500k defense, so normals don't touch them. Like they're actually just like a god unit. But it's like where you can easily argue Goku above this unit. Their leader skill sucks ass, whereas Goku has a top 5 leader skill. I mean, their links are fine for like Android teams and stuff like that, but like no way in hell you're arguing their link set over Goku's. And then Goku is on much more relevant teams than the androids are as well. But I don't know, man. I feel like you get a rotation with this unit out there, and then if you have like 19 and 20 with them too, like it's just GG. Like they can't be touched. They're doing dominant damage. They're sealing. They're nullifying. It's just, I am very comfortable with them at 1, even with all the advantages Goku has, links, teams, leader skill, and I still feel comfortable with the androids at 1. I do like this. Now, again, I do feel like people are probably going to have issues, probably starting with like 7 down. I feel like 6 and up, most people would agree with. I mean, I feel like most people are going to put Goku at 1. That's fine. I don't really care. But like again, I feel like the top 6 people will be like, yeah, it makes sense. But this is where I know people are going to be so upset about like 7 and below. Because like I don't have the GT duo on here. They're very good, right? I like Vegeta better. Basically, the way they work is Vegeta to me is better off of the GT Hero team, and then on the GT Hero team, Goku is better. That's the way I found them to work. It's like Kale and Khalif are, I think, probably the best unit in the game for long events with the heal into the Fuse and the Kefla. But I mean, they're not a well-designed unit in their Kale and Khalifa version. Videl, as good as she is, she's got her extreme limitations. Trunks and Goten are very good, but I just don't like their design. I personally have had them struggle for ki a lot. It's like until you get their active skill off, they're just not really that crazy. But Trunks and Goten with their active skill up, they're like a god unit. Int Broly is really, really good, but again, I found people to not really use him too often. I don't know. Int Broly I like. I feel like you easily could put Int Broly at 10 above Kid Gohan. Bojack is really good. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is really good. Angel Golden Frieza is really good as well. Cooler is still good. Like, I see a lot of discussion about Cooler often. Cooler is not one of the best units in the game. No way. But Cooler is still very good. I think if you're saying Cooler sucks, I just feel like you're not, like, playing. Like, dude, like, Cooler is still good. Like, there's units who, when they came out, they were so far and away better than the rest of the game. Like, it's just, they're still good. LR Kalen Khalifa and STR Cooler from 2019 are both still good. Because they were so far and away better than everything else in their class at the time that they're still good even today. Cooler can still be a very helpful, like, core team, like, unit on a lot of the Transformation Boost, movie bosses, Terrifying Conquerors. Cooler can still be very good, right? But yeah, here's the top 10 non-easy TURs. I do feel good about this. Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm not like, let me change this. Again, the only real thing I'd say is you could easily put Goku at 1. I do think that there's a little bit of separation between potentially the top 3 and Super Vegeta. Not the craziest ever, but I do feel like these 3 are really dumb who have just come out recently, right? They're so ultra powerful. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.